Well, here on Property Tribes, we've got the legal FAQs category, which is powered by our legal partner, Anthony Gold Solicitors, based in London. And we've got a legal FAQ coming up now, which I'm going to ask Ian Mitchell, who's head of Leasehold Services. Ian, what actually happens in a leasehold situation where the lease expires?
Yeah, leases do expire. You've gone past the expired term. You've got 0 years in your lease. If your landlord's proactive, so the freehold is proactive, he'll serve you with a notice determining your tenancy. And once you receive that notice, you'll have three options. You either vacate and hand the keys back, or you elect to take an assured short-hold tenancy as a market rent, or you have a year to serve a lease extension notice under the Leasehold Reform Housing and Urban Development Act 1993 provisions. So even though the lease is expired, you can still extend, but you need to do it within the year period of that notice being served.
I think you've hit on a very interesting point there, actually, that we can see, perhaps from what you're saying, why freehold property is often more attractive to an investor than a leasehold property, because if you go for a freehold property, you don't have all these issues to worry about. You don't have service charges or administration charges, and very often we'll find that houses are freehold and flats are leasehold, and there's pros and cons for both of them, really, isn't there? But the main thing is to be aware of the issues.
Yeah, you can't say, well, I think with central London and Greater London living, you can't say that, don't buy a flat. I think the option of buying a flat is probably the more appropriate option for some people because of the budget. Flats are priced accordingly, but they do come with their problems, and there is a substantial amount of flat stock or leasehold stock within the London and even up north in terms of the regions. So I can say that buying a freehold house over a lease is a consideration that you need to have, because it really depends on the situation you're in.
Quite, and the tenant demand.
Location, the tenant demand. It's not clear cut in my mind, and I don't think you need to be dissuaded from being a leaseholder because of the fact that you've got a lease and it's something that expires. It's a depreciating asset, and it comes with charges. It comes with like service charges for maintenance of the building, for insurance, for management, even administration charges for certain applications to the landlord. Sometimes those things also come with property. With your freehold properties, you still need to maintain the bricks and mortar of your house. You need to insure it, and there are very similar charges attached to all property assets in terms of maintaining them. Leases actually sometimes might be more favourable because the costs are actually shared amongst a large number of people in the building.
Good point.
Some local authority blocks, actually, local authorities get very good discounted deals on insurance because they take out a very large portfolio policy. The cost of the insurance per tenant is we find is a lot lower than the actual market value when people in franchise, and they're left with a group of 5 people who go and approach a broker and get insurance. So it's not always the case that leasehold is more expensive in the long term. Maintenance has to be done.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for sharing those insights, and we've recorded a couple of other videos in this series that you may be interested in. One of them was looking at leasehold properties from a standard buy-to-let perspective and the issues you need to be aware of, and the other one was looking at leasehold properties and short leases from the investment potential perspective, and we'll put links to both those videos below this one if you're interested to watch those as well. So thanks very much, Ian. Good stuff. Thank you.